Welcome to Loftus Road for this Emirates FA Cup third round tie between Queen's Park Rangers and Bournemouth. The hosts will hope that a distraction from their championship struggles provides a welcome boost. The Cherries, by contrast, bring impressive Premier League form into the competition as they look to reach round 4 for the fourth time in 5 seasons. Here are the Queen's Park Rangers players, hopeful of upsetting the odds this afternoon. It has been a very difficult season for the London club, who are still in the thick of a relegation battle, but relieved of those pressures for a few hours. Who knows what Rangers might achieve? It's a free hit today in some respects. Could QPR rise to the occasion and leave their Premier League opponents with a blooded nose? Playing against his old club today, QPR go with Asmir Begovic in goal, their most experienced keeper, perhaps in recognition of the fact that they have a few missing in defence today. It'll be good for the R's to have their first choice stopper marshalling the defensive unit. Looking to provide some creativity today for Rangers is Andre Dozzell, always a very tidy midfield player. He'll have to work doubly hard today in the absence of Chris Willock and Ilias Shahir, both key players for Rangers, but both unavailable today. Lyndon Dykes is another very experienced sort, a Scottish international. Many goals for QPR in the past, but on a bit of a barren run at the moment. Only 3 goals so far in all competitions this season. QPR currently reside in 21st place in the Championship. That's 1 off the bottom and 4 points from safety. They have to hope that the allure of the FA Cup helps them to end their current 6-match winless run. If so, they would progress to the 4th round for only the 4th time in the last 11 seasons. Bournemouth's record in the FA Cup could also do with some improvement, and if ever there was a time for the Cherries to really attack this competition, it's surely now. Going great guns in the Premier League, Bournemouth very safely ensconced in the midsection of the table. They've recently achieved a historic run of positive results. Confidence is high, form is excellent. Ideal circumstances, you would think, for mounting a memorable run in the FA Cup. It's largely a rotated team for Bournemouth today. In defence, Chris Mepham makes his first appearance in over a month. At the age of 14, he was turned down by QPR as he sought a footballing apprenticeship. Could he make them regret that decision today? Up front, Bournemouth field Welsh international Kiefer Moore today. He's another who hasn't played too often this season due to the extraordinary form of Dominic Solanke. It's a good opportunity for Moore to impress today. Captaining the Cherries will be David Brooks, another Welsh international. Another one of those players that is desperate for a chance to do well. He's a reliable sort though, Brooks. This is why he has been given the responsibility of leading out the team today. Bournemouth went out at this stage of the competition last season, beaten by Burnley, then of the Championship themselves. In recent memory, the only notable FA Cup run for the Cherries was a trip to the quarter-finals in 2021, one of only 4 occasions in the club's entire history where they've got beyond the 4th round. Maybe it's time for them to put that right. It is one of the great days in the English football calendar. FA Cup third round Saturday is just about as traditional as it gets. Players and fans alike get that extra little bit emotional about a day like today. The Rangers fans arriving at Loftus Road today are hopeful of a change in fortune. I dare say there's also talk of how a morale-boosting win over Premier League opposition could help generate momentum for their Championship survival bid. First and foremost, though, today is about being in or getting into the fourth round draw, moving towards Wembley and creating memories to last a lifetime. The same is true for Bournemouth as well, of course. As brilliant as they're doing, I'm sure it would be wonderful for them to reach the latter stages of the Cup. Unlike last time, they found themselves at this stage of the competition. Bournemouth already appear to be free from relegation concerns. If they can bring their excellent Premier League form into the FA Cup this season, anything is possible. Queen's Park Rangers, meanwhile, 4 points of safety in the Championship. They will look to put that to one side today and hopefully improve what has been a pretty awful FA Cup record in recent years. All set for what should be an intriguing clash in West London today. Queen's Park Rangers of the Championship against Bournemouth, going so well in the Premier League. Plenty of changes though to both teams, so an element of unpredictability in the hours to come this afternoon. QPR have recorded just 5 wins all season long. Bournemouth, meanwhile, come into today off the back of a New Year's Eve defeat at Tottenham, although that ended a wonderful unbeaten run. Absolutely fantastic form, Bournemouth. Last year's third round, they lost at home to Burnley. They'll certainly be looking to put that right today. Actually got a couple of weeks off after today, Bournemouth. They're not in action in the Premier League again until the end of the month. So they can certainly afford to put absolutely everything into today's game. Meanwhile, desperate to inject a little bit of energy and enthusiasm into what's been a bit of a dispiriting campaign. The FA Cup and Premier League opposition will give them the perfect carrot to do that today. Bournemouth's last visit to Loftus Road was just over 2 years ago. They met that day as Championship equals, with Dominic Solanke scoring the only goal of the game. And since then, his goal scoring has helped propel the Cherries to new heights in the Premier League. It's a measure of their impressive progress that Bournemouth start today not only as firm favourites, but also thinking about a deep run in the FA Cup. The circumstances seem right for them in 2024. Not that the FA Cup is any respecter of form or reputation. QPR today will hope to produce a performance out of step with their current predicament in the EFL and put themselves into the fourth round draw. Iraola taking charge of his first game in the FA Cup today. Likewise, Martí Cifuentes, the QPR manager. QPR have made a few changes today. Aaron Drew and Morgan Fox make rare appearances in defence, as the likes of Jake Clark-Salter and Kenneth Parler rotated out of the 11. Further forward, Sinclair Armstrong and Ziad Larkesh are given further opportunities to impress. Lyndon Dykes and Paul Smith will provide Rangers' chief goal threat. They're still without the likes of Chris Willock and Ilyas Shahir. Both men are injured. Bournemouth, meanwhile, have rotated their ranks. Only 3 of these players started at Tottenham on New Year's Eve: Senesi, Cook and Tavernier. Cherries fans will be pleased to see a start for Alex Scott, who's a really exciting midfield prospect. Up front, Welsh international Kiefer Moore starts. Top scorer Dominic Solanke is among those rested completely today. Brooks gets the opportunity to wear the armband for the Cherries today. Referee today is Rebecca Welsh, who recently became the Premier League's first female referee. She was also the first woman to officiate on an FA Cup game. It was 2 years ago now. Begovic in goal for Queen's Park Rangers. He spent 2 years as first choice for Bournemouth. Cifuentes taking charge of his 13th match in charge of QPR today. 3 wins so far for the Spaniard. Major Dixon Bonner is going to get us underway today at Loftus Road. QPR haven't won an FA Cup tie inside 90 minutes in over 4 years. And they did beat Rotherham on penalties in January of 2022. And otherwise, you'd have to go back to 2020 to find a third round win for Rangers. There is not an enormous amount of optimism around Loftus Road for a shock today. Perhaps that changed when Rangers fans saw the team sheets today. Bournemouth resting a lot of star men, Dominic Solanke included, not even on the bench today. There's an early touch in goal for Begovic, who was taking no chances there. Joined QPR in June as a free agent, the 36-year-old goalkeeper. A chance here for Dozzell. Intercepted by Cook. Senesi's pass sent to Cook again. Sinisterra did well, and Bournemouth with the chance to attack here through Tavernier. What a bad ball in. Moore was there, and it's off the line. Bournemouth very nearly opening the goal scoring inside 90 seconds. Kiefer Moore restored to the first team with a towering header here. And here is QPR's first escape of the afternoon. Terrific defending from Morgan Fox to get this one away from danger. Is that a first sign, I wonder, that it could be a long afternoon for QPR? Bournemouth have started very purposefully here. Tavernier back to Sinisterra. Billing. Back to Marcos Senesi. Philip Billing again, finding Chris Mepham this time. Aarons returns to the team today for Bournemouth. It's his first appearance since November. He was sidelined with a hamstring injury and has only just returned to the squad. So Messi guarding that one back to Mark Travers, another one given a chance, the goalkeeper making his first Bournemouth appearance of the season. Mepham's pass, not the most accurate, intercepted by Smith. Beats one. He's surrounded by red and black shirts. Scored a super goal in QPR's last game against Cardiff, Paul Smith. 2 goals so far since returning to Loftus Road in the summer. That one's up towards Armstrong, who's a real handful at times. Just a goal kick this time. Moore's header in support of the big striker. the Cherries' recent 7-match unbeaten run, which ended on New Year's Eve at Tottenham Hotspur, was their joint longest in the Premier League, and their best since 2017-18. They beat Newcastle and Manchester United along the way. 3-0 victory at Old Trafford. They also took a point from high-flying Aston Villa. Philip Billings' pass was a good one. Sinisterra was offside for Bournemouth. No video assistant referees today, but you didn't need one of those to tell that Sinisterra was offside there. New experience for both managers today, still relatively new to English football. They take charge of their first FA Cup games today. Sinclair Armstrong couldn't quite find a way past Marcos Senesi. Senesi very much a first choice in the Bournemouth defence. He's playing today because having picked up a 5th booking in the Premier League this season in the Spurs game, he will miss the next match against Liverpool, so they might as well make use of him in the Cup. Good moment for Jimmy Dunn. There's no harm done, if you pardon the unintentional pun. Andoni Iraola has really endured some tough weeks at the start of his Bournemouth career, but it's all starting to come together now for the Cherries. There's Armstrong. Lakesh. These are the areas in which he'll be dangerous. The best of balls in that time from the French winger. Dozzell. Through for Dykes. Cash's throw. Dykes again. Nice play from Larkesh, getting that cross in. Dangerous one too. Bournemouth can't quite clear their lines here. Larkesh again, another dangerous delivery. Nice little spell that from the Championship side. It'll give them confidence that they can cause Bournemouth some problems here. Goals have been an issue this season for QPR. They are the joint lowest scorers in the Championship. Smith battling but losing out eventually. As Cook brought it forward and found Max Aarons here. Mepham. Finding Senesi. Billing muscled out of it. Is done. Intercepted. Begovic got to be quick off his line, and he is. Bournemouth do love to operate a very aggressive pressing style. The Queen's Park Rangers players will have been warned, I'm certain. But being warned about it and being able to deal with it are two different things. Here's Dozzell. That's a fine ball in. A touch too high in the end. Queen's Park Rangers starting to show signs that they can cause problems here. Dykes couldn't quite get on the end of this little chip from Andre Dozzell. Dykes again. Infamously, Queen's Park Rangers have lost more third-round FA Cup ties than any other club in English football. 51 before today. Begovic having to clear there. The Bournemouth press doing what it does. QPR have played through it and can come forward now. Here's Sinclair Armstrong. Drew. Armstrong again. Back to Jimmy Dunn. Rangers taking their time here at Fox. Drew's ball a touch too high for Smith, but Armstrong turned it into a good pass. Tavernier there with him. Smith. With half clear. Queen's Park Rangers still in a decent spell of possession here. Last January they were beaten by third-tier Fleetwood. Through for Dykes. Good solid tackle that. Aarons. It's QPR doing the pressing. Here's Alex Scott. A very, very silky player in attacking midfield for Bournemouth. Be really good to see how he approaches today. He's missed a lot of game time this season through injury, which would have been very, very frustrating for him and Bournemouth fans. But today he's going to get a platform to show what he can do. Aarons. Marcus Senesi. Sinistera trying to step away from Aaron Drew, stuck to his guns and did well to win QPR a throw-in. It's only his third appearance in all competitions this season, Aaron Drew. Andoni Iraola had great success in cup competitions during his time as a manager in Spain. In 2020 he led second tier Mirandas to the Copa del Rey semis for only the second time in their history. They beat Villarreal, Sevilla and Celta Vigo, all of the top flight. He also got Rayo Vallecano to the semi-finals. Could he do something similar with the Cherries? Cifuentes, meanwhile, prior to QPR, had been managing in Sweden and Denmark. Here's Lewis Cook finding Luis Sinisterra. Guided away by Dunn. Bournemouth starting to show their teeth here. Armstrong will challenge Senesi on the break, where he was in complete control of that situation. I suppose one of the hopes for QPR today is that they can take advantage of situations like that with Armstrong's pace. Bournemouth do love to get players in very, very advanced positions. They're happy to take a few risks. Perhaps Martí Cifuentes and Rangers feel that they could be hurt on the counter-attack. QPR throw. I think Tavernier perhaps thought that was going to go his way. Dixon Bonner, Smith outside him. There is Paul Smith. Dykes is there. And a decent stop from Mark Travers. It ends only in a goal kick to Bournemouth, but once again, Queen's Park Rangers will take huge confidence from moments like this. Lyndon Dykes forcing an awkward-looking save out of goalkeeper Mark Travers. Just approaching the 15-minute mark here. And it's been a pretty even game so far. I think it goes almost without saying that the first goal today will be absolutely vital. Here's Alex Scott looking to create it for Bournemouth. Moore's foot header. Goal kick to QPR. Good early ball in from Scott. It was perhaps a touch behind Kiefer Moore. He just had to stretch back to angle the header. Oh, good work from Elijah Dixon-Bonner. Bournemouth were dreaming there. Here's Sinclair Armstrong. Ziad Larkesh. Not his best delivery that time, but he'll get another go at it, the young Frenchman. This time it's straight into the hands of Mark Travers. Last played for Bournemouth in May. Mark Travers, he made 12 Premier League appearances last season and was first choice when Bournemouth were promoted to the Premier League. But so far that promotion season is his only campaign as first choice keeper for the club. Here's Philip Billing, showing great strength and had to be fouled by Sam Field. Is he going to go into the book for that one? In fact, I think the yellow card has been shown to Billing. Surely not. There's the confirmation that it was indeed Field. Cook's pass. QPR get it away. Elijah Dixon-Bonner. Good early throw from Smith. That was quick thinking. Armstrong taking on Mepham. And it'll be a goal kick. Certainly very direct, young Sinclair Armstrong. Monty Cifuentes giving him another chance today. He's got all the raw attributes that he needs to cause defenders problems. Sometimes the decision-making needs to improve, but you'd expect that from any young player. Chris Mepham. Brooks. Arcs one over to Sinisterra, but a little bit too much elevation on that one. Foul by Armstrong. He's blessed with huge upper body strength, the QPR player. Something he'll, of course, look to take advantage of, but it's all about making sure you do it inside the rules of the game. Not an easy tightrope to walk, that one, at times. And here's Philip Billing for Bournemouth. Penny in the box. Billing tried to play the 1-2 with Tavernier, and now QPR might be able to break. Dixon Bonner did well to skip past that challenge. And Bournemouth back in possession immediately with Cook. Aarons. Brooks. Marcos Senesi. Nominated for the Premier League's Player of the Month in December, the Argentine defender. Billing playing a lovely 1-2. It's Philip Billing, just wide. Bournemouth's best chance so far. Intricate play on the edge of the box. Philip Billing starting and very nearly finishing that move. Clever little 1-2 played with Sinisterra, whose touch was excellent. And Billing didn't miss by much. Minutes gone here in West London, where both sides have had one or two chances. Scott battling away. I thought he should have had a corner at least. I think he may have had a case there, but the assistant referee on that near side immediately signalled goal kick. He scored a goal off the bench on New Year's Eve at Tottenham, making him the youngest player to ever score a goal at the top level for the Cherries. He joined Bournemouth from Bristol City in the summer for a sizable fee, despite having a significant knee injury prior to leaving the Robins. That meant that Scott did not debut for Bournemouth until October. That's why we're only just starting to see him now in the Premier League. Armstrong. To go a little too deep to link things there, but QPR staying in possession, and that's the all-important thing. As they were until Smith was shrugged off it by Tavernier. Nice pass from Alex Scott, who's frustrated with himself. Bit of a local hero in his native Guernsey, where they call him the Guernsey Grealish. Don't think that one needs any further explanation. Smith, has he fouled? The referee says yes. Sinisterra with a hand on his opponent. And the foul is definitely in shooting territory. Lovely turn initially from Smith. And you can see that Sinisterra was grappling at him. It's perhaps a little bit wider than QPR would like, but I'm sure that between them, Dozzell and Smith could fashion something here to test Mark Travers in goal. Certainly Bournemouth think so. Three men put in the wall. It's Dozzell. It's a touch too high. Free kick into the massed ranks of Bournemouth fans behind that goal. They have travelled in impressive numbers today, the Cherries fans. A number of the QPR supporters, meanwhile, have stayed away. I understand that there was a disappointment about the pricing for today's match tickets from the Rangers fans. So they've stayed away as a point of principle. Here's Smith. Good strong running from Paul Smith. Cook was struggling to stay with him. Composed defending in the middle though from Chris Mepham. Already Paul Smith is looking the man most likely for QPR. Tavernier's throw intercepted by Field. Clear foul on Elijah Dixon-Bonner. Difficult spell in the game this for Bournemouth. Midway through the first half, I certainly don't think that QPR will be too disappointed with the way things have gone. They have reduced the Premier League side to only a couple of chances. They've had just as many themselves. Thanks for the flick. Armstrong will challenge for it. Senesi did well enough. Looks like there's a problem here for Mepham, who stayed down. It was he that challenged Lyndon Dykes, and there might have just been a clash of heads here. Whatever it was certainly accidental. Painful one for the central defender. It was indeed a clash of heads with Dykes. Aarons. There's another exciting player whose Bournemouth career has been stymied by injury since signing for them. Coming from Norwich. Here's Smith. QPR will go again with Billing. Moore finds Alex Scott. There's a lot of space here for Max Aarons. Whenever they get that ball in wide areas, Bournemouth, they are trying to get that early cross in towards Kiefer Moore. Aarons. Senesi. Bournemouth have lost their last 2 FA Cup games against lower tier opposition. Burnley this time last year. Boreham Wood of the National League beat them in 2022. Here's Sinclair Armstrong for QPR. Got room to turn and pick a pass. That was not the one he wanted to pick. Marty Cifuentes wasn't even born when Queen's Park Rangers played in the 1982 FA Cup final. They were FA Cup finalists as a second-tier side under the late Terry Venables, who only recently passed away. By coincidence, I understand that today would have been the late Mr. Venables' 81st birthday. Well, that's a good omen for QPR. Here's Sinclair Armstrong. Great effort. Showed his pace and his power. Quite have the finish to beat Mark Travers. That's what he'll offer you though, Armstrong. Great athlete. Here's Tavernier for Bournemouth. Nicely done by Sinisterra. He's got Kiefer Moore in the middle. And Billing puts it over the top. That was a real opportunity for Bournemouth. And Philip Billing knows it. A wry smile from Andoni Iraola on the touchline. He knows this should have been 1-0 Bournemouth. Great work from Sinisterra. And it came off the shin of Billing. Aarons. Here's Billing. Sinisterra has a bit of time and space. Tavernier arriving in support. Here's Kiefer Moore. It was a touch too high for him. 15 minutes left in normal time at the end of this first half. QPR holding their own at the moment against one of the Premier League's most informed sides. Rangers felt they should have had a throw there, but it did go Bournemouth's way. More challenging. QPR coming away with the ball. It's Chris Mepham for Bournemouth. Still looking for an opening goal here in West London. Brooks surveying the scene, looking for the perfect pass. It wasn't on, but he'll try again. Cook. Mepham to Marcus Senesi. Tavernier. A direct route to goal. Max Aarons will keep it alive for the Cherries. Aarons, that's a good cross. Moore went after it. Dunn got there first. Great defending from the QPR man. They're having to really battle at the moment, Rangers. Aarons standing that one up to the far post where Moore was waiting. Jimmy Dunn anticipated it. Senesi. Sinisterra loses out. Dixon Bonner. Sinisterra will try again. Looked like he was being held. Good advantage play by the referee. For Sinisterra to then lose the ball. Lewis Cook. There's Tavernier. Billing. Back to Marcus Tavernier. Billing continued his run. Too high for Moore. Here comes Max Aarons. Unselfish play from the fullback to find Alex Scott. Shot deflects wide. Corner to Bournemouth. The Cherries have not quite found their rhythm so far in this first half, but with players like Alex Scott, Max Aarons, Marcus Tavernier around, they are causing problems for QPR. The likes of Moore, Senesi and Mepham, among others, will always be dangerous at these corners. Billing too. Tavernier to deliver the in-swinger here. QPR head on it initially. Armstrong battling with Cook and doing enough to secure QPR possession. There's a clash of heads in the 6-yard box. It is Sam Field that's got a problem, I think. He just collided with Kiefer Moore. I don't think you could really blame the Bournemouth man for it. Just over 10 minutes or so before QPR can think about taking a clean sheet into the interval. Well, this game, incidentally, would go to a replay if it is drawn after 90 minutes. Bournemouth won't want that because the replay would have to be played slap bang in the middle of their winter break. As we were saying earlier, they play Liverpool on the 21st, but the replay would be before that. So they'll be hoping to translate this territorial and possessional advantage into goals here. Lewis Cook finding Alex Scott, who turned effortlessly. And he brings Sinisterra into it. It's Luis Sinisterra's shot, it's off target. They've been a little disappointing in the final third so far, Bournemouth. And you can see that Anthony Iraola's not impressed down on the touchline. Scott involved again. Sinisterra doing everything right until the finish. Bournemouth fans do love the exciting style of play that Iraola has brought to Bournemouth. It's become fun again to be a Cherries fan. And I do feel that if they could get it right today, it could be the start of a very enjoyable cup run. Drew's throw for QPR have acquitted themselves well so far. Foul by Moore. In fact, I think he was offside, the Welsh international. Drew's throw. Dykes was being clambered on there by Senesi, but play was allowed to continue. Likewise, Philip Billing, also no free kick given. Here's Armstrong. Nepham is there for Bournemouth. It's Armstrong. Didn't really get hold of that one. Comfortable take in the end for Mark Travers in goal. Both teams creating half chances in the opening 38 minutes here, but lacking the necessary ruthlessness in and around the penalty area to take advantage. Here's Philip Billing for Bournemouth. His shot blocked. Max Aarons now for the Cherries. In towards Moore, but safely gathered by Asmir Begovic. Smith. Here's Jimmy Dunn. Morgan Fox now. Hasn't started a match since September. Nepham in control of that situation for Bournemouth. Shot to the head by Brooks. One of those who perhaps is demonstrating a little bit of rustiness. on account of a lack of first-team action in recent times. You can't really expect players that haven't been playing to just come into the side and pick things up the way that Bournemouth have been playing in recent weeks. Here's Armstrong showing his pace. Armstrong scores for Queen's Park Rangers, and the Championship side lead with 5 minutes left in normal time at the end of the first half. Sinclair Armstrong has looked a threat with his pace and his power. Bournemouth couldn't cope with him there, and he gives Rangers a shock lead in this third round FA Cup tie. It was a one-on-one with Marcus Senesi, who couldn't live with him. And Armstrong showed real composure to just slip it past Mark Travers in goal. Terrific determination from the Queen's Park Rangers player. Senesi just couldn't maintain the pace, and Armstrong punished him. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Bournemouth 0. Sinclair Armstrong getting his second goal for the club. What a day to get it. Marti Cifuentes' men now on the cusp of a real shock in the FA Cup. Well, how will that affect QPR? They've played well, but now getting a lead, something to hold on to, will surely put even more energy in those legs. Great time to score as well, with half-time approaching. Here's Dykes. QPR want more. Can Lyndon Dykes deliver it? Yes, he can! 2 goals in just over a minute. And Rangers double their advantage thanks to a hugely deflected Lyndon Dykes strike. He'll claim the goal. He hasn't scored since November. A remarkable couple of minutes at Loftus Road. The fans here haven't had too much to cheer about of late, but they have got Bournemouth on the ropes here. Dykes cutting inside Aarons, and the wicked deflection off the right back gives Mark Travers no chance in goal. Bournemouth was still reeling from the shock of QPR's opening goal. And Dykes has doubled the punishment here. A real test now for Anthony Iraola and his team. Billing wins it back. Bournemouth would love a swift response. There's no way through for David Brooks. And you can see how fired up QPR are now. Marti Cifuentes was appointed as QPR manager at the end of October after a 6-game losing run ended the reign of Gareth Ainsworth. There was an instant effect. 3 draws and 3 wins from their next 7 games. They lost form again in the lead up to Christmas. Defeats all the way, apart from a good point at Ipswich. But today, they are showing what they can do. Now on Aarons, free kick to Bournemouth. They've got to shake the shock out of their system here. Part of the problem that they've got now, the Cherries, is that they don't have one or two of their star names down on the bench. I am, of course, thinking of Dominic Solanke, but he's not the only one. They do still have the likes of Justin Kluivert, which they could bring on if they so wish. And Ryan Christie is also down on the bench. It's going to take a monumental effort from Bournemouth now to win this one on the day. Here's Moore. Brooks. Tavernier guides it back to Senesi. Be a chance here for Brooks. And the final shot from Tavernier, comfortably saved by Begovic. There will be 3 minutes of time added on at the conclusion of this first half. Ensuring that they keep hold of the clean sheet going into the break would be the icing on the cake for QPR, who, as you can see from those statistics, have matched Bournemouth. This 2-0 lead is no fluke. Brooks. There's Cook floating one towards Billing. It might fall for Sinisterra. Oh, and what a chance that was for Alex Scott. Doesn't that sum Bournemouth up in this first half? They have had their opportunities, but they simply haven't taken any of them. Nowhere near sharp enough in front of goal. Alex Scott, the latest culprit for the Cherries. If you're a glass half full person, I suppose you might say that at least it shows that Bournemouth are creating opportunities and could make a go of it in the second half, but unless they sharpen up in front of goal, they will not be heading into the fourth round draw. Here's Sinclair Armstrong for Queen's Park Rangers. He's shown what he can do in this first half. Armstrong again, trying the back heel. Bournemouth in trouble here. Though can get it away. Here's Scott. Only seconds remain at the end of this first half as Scott picks out Sinisterra brilliantly. And Drew dispossessed him, and the crowd enjoyed that. A few Rangers fans have stayed away today. The ones that have missed a remarkable first half performance from their team. Only 5 wins all season long in all competitions, QPR. They lead Premier League Bournemouth by 2-0 at half-time in this third round FA Cup tie. Sinclair Armstrong's goal followed moments later by one from Lyndon Dykes. Great excitement now in West London as Queen's Park Rangers find themselves on the brink of inflicting a cup upset on the Premier League visitors. Bournemouth will have to play much better in the second half. They trail here by 2-0. Welcome back to Loftus Road, where Bournemouth are out early ahead of the second half against Queen's Park Rangers. You wonder if manager Anthony Iraola has left them with their ears ringing ahead of this second half. He didn't look at all happy with their first half performance. 2 goals down to struggling side QPR of the Championship. They have made a couple of changes, or are about to. Again, it gives you some indication of what manager Iraola thought of the first half. Ryan Christie coming on, so too Justin Kluivert. David Brooks and Chris Mepham are the men replaced for the Cherries. It's going to bring about a certain amount of tactical reorganisation for Bournemouth. We'll deal with that in a moment or two. QPR now on their way. Sinclair Armstrong did the damage for Rangers in the first half. His opening goal led to a second soon afterwards from Lyndon Dykes. QPR are now on the cusp. A very impressive scalp in the FA Cup. Bournemouth have got 45 minutes plus stoppages to try and overturn this 2-0 QPR lead. They've thrown on another couple of attacking players ahead of this second half. They're determined to have a go. Queen's Park Rangers, meanwhile, desperate to hang on to what they've already achieved. A very creditable 2-goal cushion against a club who has been riding the crest of a wave in the Premier League recently. Ryan Christie and Justin Kluivert on for Bournemouth. A midfielder and an attacker respectively. There's Marcus Tavernier. To Philip Billing. Senesi. Billing. Nodded away by Jimmy Dunn. And Paul Smith helped it on its way. Bournemouth had chances in the first half, but unable to take any of them. Really profligate finishing. Kluivert now looking to make inroads on the right, which is where he has started this second half. No changes for QPR going into the second period here. Truthfully, Rangers are a little bit thin on the ground at the moment. Plenty of injuries coming into today's game. Here's Luis Sinisterra for Bournemouth. He had a couple of good chances in the first half. So too did Alex Scott. It's Tavernier's cross. QPR clear. Only as far as Scott here. He looks to work something on the edge of the box, but Rangers once again get it away. Here's Aarons. No, couldn't quite collect it. He's a wanted man apparently at the moment, Kiefer Moore. A number of Championship clubs are keen to obtain his signature. Hasn't really done much to damage Championship QPR in the 47 minutes that have been played so far. Billing. Senesi. Bit of room for Sinisterra. This could be trouble for Queen's Park Rangers. Sinisterra wins the corner. Important challenge from Aaron Drew. Bournemouth have started this second half very purposefully. Sinisterra already looking a threat down the left flank. Bournemouth corner then. Flicked on and in. Bournemouth are back in it. Jimmy Dunn deflecting it past his own goalkeeper. Marcus Tavernier's shot going in off the Queen's Park Rangers man. It's the ideal start to the second half for the Cherries. He made the most of this clever corner. Billings flick and Tavernier's strike, hitting the QPR man and completely wrong footing Asmir Begovic in goal. Surely it has to go down as an own goal by the Rangers man. And that is the perfect start to the second period for the Premier League side, and that will test QPR's nerves. The deficit halved, with the vast majority of the second half still to play here. Suddenly Bournemouth will back themselves to pull off a miracle recovery here. QPR will be doubly disappointed, being that it is another goal conceded from a set piece. It's an area which they are really struggling with at the moment. That is only the 12th goal that they've conceded since Martí Cifuentes has been their manager, but 8 of them have come from dead ball situations. Something that the Spanish head coach described as unacceptable in the week. Unfortunately, it's happened again to QPR. Here's Billing. Still exchange of passes from Sinisterra. Tavernier, was he tripped? Referee says no. Here's Alex Scott. All the confidence is returning to Bournemouth now. Here's Cliver. Delicate little ball in, powered away by Dunn. Billing. Tangling with Field before finding Sinisterra. It's all Bournemouth here. Luis Sinisterra runs out of room. Just as well for QPR that he did, because Rangers are on the ropes here. Bournemouth have staggered their hosts with an early strike at the start of this second half, and Queen's Park Rangers are still looking a little bit dazed. It's difficult for Martí Cifuentes' team to even get out of their own third of the pitch at the moment. Bournemouth operating their ruthless press. Max Aarons gone to a back three now, Bournemouth, with Lewis Cook in the middle of it. Certainly taking a risk or two, Bournemouth. Here's Sinclair Armstrong, the flag staying down. Decent ball in towards Dykes, but Bournemouth dealt with it. Here's Cook wearing the armband too now, since David Brooks departed. Tavernier playing as an out-and-out left wing-back. Marcus Senesi backing him up. Here's Tavernier. Bournemouth committing so many men forward at the start of this second half. Can QPR survive the relentless pressure that they're going to be put under here? They can't find a way to get back in possession, QPR. It's going to be a very long second half for them. And a raking pass out to Tavernier, who's got so much space to do damage. QPR defending the width of the 18-yard box at the moment and doing it well, but Bournemouth looking increasingly dangerous as Billing came forward. Oh, couldn't link play, but here's Sinisterra. Bournemouth looking so dangerous all of a sudden. It's Billing. Couldn't pick out Sinisterra. Still not getting it quite right in the penalty area, the Cherries. But all of a sudden looking very, very threatening. Understandably, Asmir Begovic trying to slow things down a little bit here. So too Sinclair Armstrong, who's gone down for a spot of treatment. There's one or two players to take on a bit of refreshment ahead of what is surely going to be a really dramatic second half here. Here's Armstrong's goal again. Took it so well. Showed great composure there to just side foot it past the advancing goalkeeper. He'll certainly not want to come off, the 20-year-old. This has been the first proper season for Sinclair Armstrong with QPR's first team. He debuted in August. And joined them in 2020 as a very young player. It's not moving too well at the moment, Armstrong. There are no signs of replacement being readied by QPR, so maybe we'll be okay to continue. He and his fellow QPR attackers are going to have to work really hard in defence in the second half, because Bournemouth are going to put QPR under so much pressure. The counter-attacking opportunities will be there for QPR, only if they're still in the game at that point. They lead by 2-1 here. Plenty to play for QPR. They'll simply have to get through the next 35 minutes without conceding. Alex Scott. The pressure on QPR unrelenting here. It's attack versus defence at the moment, and it's Bournemouth doing all of that attacking. Chance for Tavernier, chance for Sinisterra. What a save! Oh, not once but twice from Begovic. That is brilliant goalkeeping from the former Bournemouth man. A sensational double stop from Sinisterra and Tavernier. They linked so well, the two of them. Begovic doing brilliantly to push that second one onto the frame of the goal. Super stuff from the veteran keeper. Alex Scott with a corner. Oh, and QPR concede again from the set piece. It's Kiefer Moore that celebrates the equaliser. All Begovic's heroics are in vain. Bournemouth back on terms thanks to 2 goals at the start of this second half. And what a cup tie we have got on our hands here. Kiefer Moore's second goal of the season. And Bournemouth back in with more than a fighting chance of reaching the 4th round. Decent enough header from the Bournemouth man, but you have to say that is too easy for him. QPR just cannot get it right defending set pieces. They conceded 2 from corners on New Year's Day. They've done it twice again here, and it has given Bournemouth a lifeline. Here come the changes for QPR. Is it a case of after the horse has bolted, though, you have to wonder? Did always look like they were in trouble, QPR, when they conceded that early one at the start of the second half. They have a free kick of their own here. Just over 30 minutes left in the 90. Outswinger this time. Bournemouth deal with it. Tavernier couldn't quite escape the attentions of his marker. Albert Adomah coming on. So too Osman KK. Just wonder if those two changes are a little bit late for QPR. Here's Scott. He's an expert dribbler, isn't he? He wins his side a free kick there. Painful one for the youngster to take, but more than useful free kick for his side. Here come the changes then. Drew making way for Osman KK. Drew has played rather well today in defence. KK is a much more regular pick for Queen's Park Rangers. Paul Smith, meanwhile, is sacrificed up front to allow Albert Adomah to come on, the veteran winger, 36 years young now. Adomah is 5 league games away from becoming the Championship's all-time leading appearance maker. He's played 520 times in the second tier. Here's Justin Kluivert. QPR should be able to deal with that. The ball has barely been out of the QPR half in the first 16 minutes of this second half. It's been the problem for Rangers, as Iraola's irrepressible Bournemouth have just completely smothered the home side. Dixon Bonner just can't get hold of it, can they, at the moment, QPR? Senesi. Tavernier couldn't quite pick out Sinisterra. Here's Alex Scott. We're finding room in all sorts of places at the moment. QPR are defending so deep. Couldn't be much deeper at the home side. Here's Tavernier. Trying to thread one through to Christie. Rangers bring it away. And once again, they cannot keep hold of it for any length of time. The Cherries just keep on coming. QPR will find it very difficult to repel them if that keeps continuing. Here's Aarons. Gets it back from Christie. Kluivert is wide of him. Senesi. He bore that to Sinisterra. who wins the corner. And the nerves of the QPR fans absolutely palpable here. Bournemouth having scored from their last 2 corners from this side. Couldn't make it a hat-trick, could they? Alex Scott will take it. Rangers have got to get it right. Scott's delivery into the near post again. This time Rangers defend it well enough. Ziad Larkesh with a header. A further test awaits. Moore the obvious target. Scott's delivery deeper this time. Moore was sent flying. And feels he was impeded, but nothing's given. This is the problem for QPR. They've got to try and play their way through this relentless Bournemouth press. Do they have the players to do it? That's the question. KK. They did extremely well in the end there. QPR didn't quite complete the move. It's high-risk football from Bournemouth. But against QPR, I think you'd describe it as a calculated risk. Reiterate what we were saying earlier on, if there is a replay in this tie, it will be played slap bang in the middle of Bournemouth's supposed winter break. It's something that they will not want to have to deal with. So if at all possible, the Cherries will want to win this one in the next 25 minutes or so. They're certainly going for it. Scott's ball out to Kluivert here. Aarons is out wide. His pass was asking a lot of Kluivert, but they do get a throw, Bournemouth. Moore. Sinisterra there. Didn't quite get the power on the header. Every time Bournemouth come forward at the moment, you sense that QPR are biting their fingernails, or at least the supporters are. Foul on Kluivert. Bournemouth free kick. Ryan Christie's delivery. Once again it finds Sinisterra. KK will try and hold him up. Sinisterra's shot just wide. Bournemouth getting closer and closer to what could be a winning goal. Sinisterra so dangerous in this second half. (16 attempts now from Bournemouth, and crucially they've started working the goalkeeper to handball that. It was indeed given against Armstrong, who's having a real job at the moment getting involved in the game. It's not his fault, it's just that QPR cannot get the ball, and when they do, they very rarely get anywhere near halfway. Tavernier. Senesi. Sinisterra is Billing. Back to Tavernier. Bournemouth very, very neat and tidy all of a sudden. And there's Moore's header. Comfortable for Begovic. Bournemouth continue to dominate this game. And with more than 20 minutes to go, at the moment it's starting to feel like a question of when rather than if for Bournemouth. Billing has won it back here. More problems for Queen's Park Rangers, and Bournemouth lead for the first time in the game. Justin Kluivert has completed the comeback. You have to say that the goal has been coming. Ever since the first whistle was blown at the start of this second half, Bournemouth have torn into Queen's Park Rangers, and the Championship side have been unable to cope. Bournemouth's press causing more problems, Dunn dispossessed by Billing, no free kick given, and Kluivert left with the simplest of finishes. Bournemouth rewarded for a very spirited start to this second half. They have cancelled out a 2-goal deficit and are now nudged ahead in the tie for the first time. And now it is very, very difficult to foresee a way back for Queen's Park Rangers. Three goals in 20 minutes for the Premier League side, who have been unrecognisable from their first half performance. QPR desperate to find a way back into this one. It'll be interesting to see how Bournemouth actually go about the remainder of the game, given that they now have a lead to defend, in inverted commas. I think they will be best served continuing to play exactly as they have been. QPR simply have not been able to get the ball in this second half. Here's Ryan Christie for Bournemouth. QPR goal kick. Needless to say, neither Christie nor the Bournemouth fans agree with that one. Here's Sinclair Armstrong, his opening goal. Feels a very long time ago now. Still plenty of time left in the game. It's just that QPR have not been able to create anything going forward at all. Such has been the relentless Bournemouth pressure. KK. An opportunity here for Dozzell. Adoma's ball across and very nearly tucked away by Dykes. First opportunity for Queen's Park Rangers in a very long time. And so close to being an equaliser. Adoma onside. And what an important challenge that was from Max Aarons. There is still life in this tie yet. Sam Field has got a problem here. I think he took a whack to his lower back at the beginnings of that move that led to the near chance for Dykes. I think the painkiller is going to be administered here. That's when he got it. Field might be sacrificed as QPR look for a way to finish strongly here. Certainly seems to be moving very awkwardly at the moment, the central midfield player. And as the defensive option in midfield, it may well be that they decide to remove him at this point in the game. It might be a convenient injury for Martí Cifuentes, if that makes sense. It's just the knock, I think. It won't be anything serious for the QPR player. If the field departs at this stage, it would give Rangers an opportunity to maybe put a little bit more pressure on Bournemouth. Try to reverse the one-way traffic here at Loftus Road. Looks like it's going to be a double change by the looks of it. Kenneth Powell just getting stripped in the back of your picture. Shirt coming on now, so maybe there will be a double change for QPR as they look to force the issue in the final 15. Good work from Armstrong. Going alone before finding Dykes. Aduma's in the middle. Dykes lost out. Dozzell. Fox to Dunn. KK. Bournemouth have taken their foot off the pedal a little bit, understandably so, with the lead in the bag. But in a way, the personnel that they've got on the pitch almost determines the way that they will play between now and the 90-minute mark. Very few defensive-minded players out there. So this is crossfield pass over to Justin Kluivert. Billing. Oh, that's a good ball. He very nearly picked out Sinisterra. Great clearance from Dunn. The fourth Bournemouth goal at this point would, of course, end the tie as a contest. And here's Billing. QPR have not been able to get to grips with the tactical changes that Bournemouth made at half-time. And they've given away another corner here, Rangers. They're doing all they can just to stay in the contest. And now Rangers have yet another corner to defend here. It has been their Achilles heel all season long, these set pieces. In the way that Alex Scott has been delivering them. This will be another nervy moment for QPR fans. Scott's delivery. Begovic takes that one well. With everyone back, there was no one there available for a counter-attack. Frustrating for the fans here. Safety first, though, for Rangers. Still waiting to make those changes. The Hoops. Less than 13 minutes left in normal time now. And Sinisterra wins it back off KK. KK again. Armstrong will chase. Travers is always favourite. Armstrong again. Challenge from Senesi. Kept his head, kept his eye on the ball. But which ball? Two on the pitch there. I don't think that Tavernier is going to be allowed to continue, is he? Oh, he is. It's an unusual one. Field. Dixon Bonner just ran out of room, and now QPR I think will make that double change. Bournemouth took the throw too quickly. So they will continue to wait the Rangers substitutes. Marcus Tavernier. Headed away by Morgan Fox. Here's Dykes. Bournemouth come forward again with Kluivert. Be a corner if it goes. Kluivert decides to keep it alive. Philip Billing's shot. Begovic will tell you that he had that one covered. Certainly been involved today, Philip Billing. He's contributed regular goals for midfield ever since joining Bournemouth. So we have a senior debut for Laurent Talla here, a 19-year-old Kosovan midfielder. And it is indeed going to be Sam Field that comes off at this stage. Lyndon Dykes is also going to be sacrificed, I think. Kenneth Powell, until Dykes' goal earlier on today, was joint top scorer with the man that he replaces. Mean feat for a left back in a struggling team. I think what that means is that Larkesh will become an out-and-out left winger for the remainder of this contest. There will be 10 minutes of it, plus stoppage time. Tavernier. Still got bags of energy, isn't he? Couldn't quite find Sinisterra that time. Here's Jimmy Dunn for Queen's Park Rangers. We still live in hope of forcing a replay here. Senesi finding Tavernier. Oh, what a ball that is. It was just a touch behind Christie. Kluivert keeps it alive for Bournemouth, and still the shot charged down eventually. QPR have not been able to cope since Bournemouth went to 3 at the back. Kluivert and Tavernier in so much space on the wings and causing absolute havoc. There's Tavernier again. Travelling Bournemouth fans cheering every pass now. You sense that they are on their way to the 4th round of the Cup. Been a while since they've had a decent run in the competition. Got to the quarterfinals in 2021, eventually losing to Southampton. That was their best run in the FA Cup since the 1980s. And of course, famously, they gave Manchester United a pretty hard time on more than one occasion. Christie's ball across. QPR just about dealing with it. Powell. Jimmy Dunn for QPR, who continue to struggle to get out of their own third of the field. If you were to create a heat map for this one, it would not be a pleasant reading, the second half diagram. Vast majority of the game being played in this left-hand third of the field as we look at it. Dunn beating the press by steaming forward, and now it's Adoma. That's not a bad ball across, and Lewis Cook dealt with it. To Dixon Bonner. A misunderstanding between him and Adoma. More frustration for Queen's Park Rangers. The change coming up. Ilya Zabani is going to come on for Bournemouth, a defensive player. And perhaps the Cherries have decided that the all-out attack approach is no longer needed here. 7 minutes remaining. Goal scorer Kiefer Moore withdrawn. In comes Zabani. Bournemouth now on the cusp of having won 5 of their last 6 away matches. Sheffield United, Crystal Palace, Manchester United, Nottingham Forest and now Queen's Park Rangers. It's some achievement. It was considered a very controversial decision for Bournemouth to sack Gary O'Neill in the summer after he led them to Premier League safety, but that bold strategy seems to be paying off now. It took Bournemouth a little while before they clicked under Iraola. Once it happened in November, there's been very little to stop them. I think it took a little bit of time for his methods to sink in among the players. They had to learn a completely new way of playing. Shove there from Scott, spotted by referee Welsh. And such is the might of the Premier League. Bournemouth are, of course, the giants to be killed today, but their historic record comes off very much second best to that of QPR. 7 top-flight seasons compared to QPR's 23. Of course, in recent times, though, it's Bournemouth that have enjoyed life in England's top tier. 7 of the last 10 campaigns. QPR were last in the top tier in 2015 and have enjoyed Premier League status in only 3 of the last 28 years. Problems for the home side here. Morgan Fox running out of room under the Bournemouth press and giving away the corner. 7th of the match for the Cherries. They scored from 2 of them. They will look to exploit QPR's Achilles heel once again. Zabani's up from the back, so to Senesi. A goal here, and Bournemouth would be on their way to the 4th round for sure. And swinging delivery coming up from Tavernier. Zabani's header. Armstrong will bring it away for Rangers. And it's just where he's good with the pace and the power. And he's brought down by Lewis Cook, who I think will go into the book for that one. Just a yellow card. Despite the hopes of the Rangers fans here that it might be red. The 2 players were far too wide for it to be considered a clear goal-scoring opportunity. Absolutely right decision by the referee. That's where he can do damage, Armstrong, with his pace. Cook knew what he was doing. Taking one for the team. Gives QPR a set-piece opportunity, though, with 2.5 minutes left in the 90. Bournemouth not quite home and dry just yet. Kenneth Powell's delivery. A dangerous one too. Mark Travers did just enough for Bournemouth. Change on the way. Senior debut for Daniel Adu-Adjei. Philip Billing removed at this stage to allow the teenage striker to come on. Aduajay will always remember. Also coming on, Rafferty Pedder for QPR. It's his first team debut as well. Academy player for QPR. Aduajay losing out to Kenneth Powell. It's Elijah Dixon-Bonner that has been replaced by Pedder. Well, there will certainly be positives for Martí Cifuentes to take from this game. Remember, he's been shorn of his two most creative players here today. Ilyas Shahir and Chris Willock not playing is absolutely huge for QPR. Those two have either scored or assisted 7 of the 13 goals that QPR have scored since Cifuentes took charge. Neither could play today, and yet QPR gave Bournemouth a really rough ride, particularly in the first half of this game. 20 seconds remain in the 90 here, as QPR desperately look for a way back into this tie. The good news for them is that there's going to be 7 minutes of stoppage time to be played here. It only takes one lapse of concentration from Bournemouth and all of their hard work could be undone. Sinisterra chasing this. Begovic will get there for QPR. Begovic had to knock it long. Here's Cook's header, found Christie. He's been a vitally important player to Bournemouth this season. Aduajay challenging and coming away with the ball and winning a free kick too. Good play from the youngster. Morgan Fox tempted into the tackle and he couldn't really make without fouling the Bournemouth man. Justin Kluivert will take the Bournemouth free kick, although Tavernier also offering his services. Could they wrap things up with a fourth here? Tavernier has waved Kluivert away. This will be another in-swinger delivered right under Begovic's bar. Oh, and on top of the crossbar in the end from Tavernier. Could not have come closer to getting that fourth goal. Everyone was expecting the flat delivery at the near post, and he very nearly caught them all out. Runs into trouble, but QPR still have a chance here. 4.5 minutes left or thereabouts. The first half was such a close contest, with QPR's ruthless finishing giving them a real chance of an upset. But Bournemouth have demonstrated their Premier League class in the second period here. Nevertheless, not home and dry just yet. Jimmy Dunn is forward for this QPR free kick. They may not get another opportunity. Usman KK also up there. It's Kenneth Powell's delivery. It's not really the free kick that he or QPR wanted. 23rd game as manager today. Iraola is heading for a 10th win in all competitions. Christie's pass, Kluivert won't reach it. It's awkward for Fox. Bournemouth very close now to completing a third consecutive away win in the FA Cup. They last tasted defeat on the road in this competition way back in January of 2018. Scott Stammy well read by Keke. Alban Adoma into the path of Pedder. Early ball from him, but didn't reach Armstrong. 2 minutes plus change left in this. QPR not quite able to put the visitors under the same sort of relentless pressure that Bournemouth did to them earlier in the second half here. I think they're a little bit short on energy at this stage, QPR, but they've got to lift themselves for one last assault on Bournemouth. Powell. Adoma got in each other's way there. Free kick to QPR. Another opportunity to load the penalty area. Taken quickly. And Adoma take advantage of it. That's not a bad ball in, but Dunn wasn't given the time to get forward. Fox out to Dunn in an unfamiliar left wing position. Really making a fist of it. And QPR, that were their own worst enemies there. Understandably, they tried to get on with it very, very quickly. But in the end, they just weren't set for that free kick. And now Bournemouth will have the opportunity to just run out the clock. Kick to QPR, only seconds left in the game. Everyone forward, including goalkeeper Begovic. Well, we couldn't have asked for much more entertainment in this tie. Maybe we could get it. Surely the last chance for Queen's Park Rangers. Will they look for the towering figure of Begovic here? Larkesh with the delivery. Begovic will challenge, but his opposite number, Mark Travers, took it off his head. It is the last action of the game. Bournemouth have won it after a superb second half comeback. 3 goals in 20 second half minutes, and Anthony Iraola's men are on their way to the 4th round of the FA Cup. Things look so good for QPR at the interval, ahead through Sinclair Armstrong and Lyndon Dykes. But Bournemouth threw caution to the wind after the break. And once Marcus Tavernier's deflected shot off Jimmy Dunn hit the net, you always feared for QPR. Kiefer Moore and Justin Kluivert eventually doing the damage to the Championship club, who must now focus on their battle to stay in the Championship. Bournemouth, on the other hand, will hope that this is the start of a deep run into the FA Cup. All of the circumstances are right for them. And they got a good little reminder in this game too about the difficulties of playing against lower league opposition. That will also stand them in good stead. It is Bournemouth that take their place in the 4th round draw, deservingly so, after a very impressive second half performance at Loftus Road. Final score here, Queen's Park Rangers 2, Bournemouth 3. We've seen a wonderful game at Loftus Road in the third round of the Emirates FA Cup. Premier League Bournemouth visiting the home of Queen's Park Rangers and threatening to take the lead inside the opening 2 minutes of the game. Kiefer Moore's header cleared away virtually on the goal line by Morgan Fox. It's the first sign for QPR that we're going to have real problems with the towering height and heading ability of Moore. QPR more than rose to the occasion here, particularly in the first half. Many of their attacking players are missing today, but they still carved out a few chances, like this one for Lyndon Dykes. Good header from the Scottish international. Bournemouth stand-in goalkeeper Mark Travers doing enough to keep it out. And QPR were to take the lead 5 minutes before the interval. Sinclair Armstrong made this all for himself, really, showing great strength and great pace, and an even better finishing touch at the end of it. QPR taking an unexpected lead. Marcus Senesi is the Bournemouth defender. Armstrong too lively for him there. What great composure he showed at the end to just shuffle that side-footed finish past the advancing Mark Travers. 1-0 to QPR, and they were to double that lead barely a minute later. Bournemouth, I think, was still reeling from the shock of the opening goal, as Lyndon Dykes got this one onto his preferred right foot. The deflection of Max Aarons did the rest. Dykes will be credited with the goal. I'm sure it was on its way on target. It is certainly the deflection off Aarons that gives goalkeeper Travers no chance. So that one made it 2-0 to QPR at the interval. But this is where things changed. That one will go down as an own goal by Jimmy Dunn. Marcus Tavernier's shot deflected into the back of the net. The first of 2 goals from corners from Bournemouth here. It's been a weakness of QPR's all season long. Bournemouth absolutely battered their hosts at the start of the second half here. Asmir Begovic made a brilliant double save here from Sinisterra, and then Marcus Tavernier to keep QPR ahead. But all of his heroics were to be in vain. Super stuff from the veteran goalkeeper, particularly that second save. But from the resulting corner, so QPR's Achilles heel was to be their undoing once again. Kiefer Moore at the near post. It's just too easy for the Welsh international, that. After that, it was always looking like Bournemouth's to win, and Justin Cliver completed the comeback with this goal. Just over 20 minutes to go in the 90. Bournemouth's relentless pressuring of QPR coming good, and 3 goals scored inside 20 minutes. QPR simply did not know what hit them, and yet they might have levelled things. Albert Adoma's cross, Max Aarons with a vitally important defensive interception. It meant that Bournemouth were able to win this one by 3-2. Well, we've certainly seen plenty of efforts on goal today, 29 in total, with Bournemouth enjoying the lion's share of those. Their finishing in the first half was suspect. In the second, it was pretty much perfect. And look at the possession as well, 63% possession by the away side. They had QPR absolutely pinned back in their own third of the field in the second half of the game. So, a miraculous comeback from Bournemouth to end the hopes of Queen's Park Rangers. Great entertainment here at Loftus Road in the third round of the Cup, where Queen's Park Rangers have been beaten 3-2 by the Premier League side. Hope you enjoyed watching it with us. From me, Dan Mason, it's good night.